What's up, agents, and welcome back to another Division video where I'm going to show you an all blue build, and it's a Chameleon build. It's not a backfire build that I'm sure you've seen loads of right now on the YouTubes. Now at the moment I've got nothing built up, so we are going to go for chest shots and we are going to go for headshots. But as you can see, there is a huge amount of survivability built in. Look at that armor bar just after 3 kills. It's kind of crazy. But I am more interested to see on what kind of damage I do. I've tried a different few variations of this. As you can see, I have been through this section before I landed on this one that I've got now. Yeah, I've got to be a little bit careful that you don't just kind of stand there and try and tank everything. Memento stacks are not capped at the moment. Do you think there's an option to run the striker's chest with this though? Memento's so easy to stack now. Yeah, we're doing some really nice numbers. Survivability is good. We'll do the next room and then we'll just kind of go over the build. But as you can see, it's just a striker's variant build. There's nothing super special about it. But the fact with the seasonal modifiers, we can roll so much survivability into it. It really just makes running through heroic an absolute breeze. But I don't think I've ever seen. I'm very much an all red builder, right? You guys know this of me, right? Anyone that watches my videos, I'm like, kill or be killed. We don't need blues. But this is crazy. I mean, it's even 1.2 mil then, and I've got six blues on the card. I need him to stay still so that I can kill him. Man's running away from me. But I mean, this is proper couch casual build. Like, so easy. Yeah. So this is the build, as you've probably guessed already if you've been watching the video. You don't have to run the Fenris chest. You could run a Grupo chest if you want some extra crit damage. If you just got one of them in your stash, that would do as well. Things I changed from what I tried. I tried Firewall for the extra damage from the shield and it just felt like it slowed me down. The armor on kill and the rate of fire increase from gunner just work better with this. The idea is that you just run and gun. And yeah, that was pretty good. I tried extra crit damage and bloodsucker on the backpack and adrenaline rush. That didn't work out as well as running the memento. The only thing is you've got to start collecting the tokens for the damage to really kick in. So it is very much encouraging a run and gun playstyle. With the seasonal modifiers, which make it all possible, we are running the active modifier for Assault Link. If you wanted to use it, you can do. I didn't use it in the video. But for the duration of the ability, you're going to get 5% weapon damage for every non-red core equipped. Well, that's 30% extra weapon damage right off the rip from that. That's really nice. And our attributes are frozen and bonuses are multiplied by 4. On activation, within 25 meters, granted all allies within 25 meters are granted a boost to their firearms score, which is great. And the modifier's duration is increased for 3 seconds for every ally nearby. So it's great, you can use that as well. I went with the best kind of defense. Loaded up. I went with safety first. There isn't really a third one to run. So taking some extra Hasbro that might get you out of a bit of a dip every now and again is not going to do you any harm. And they're pretty much the ones that everybody's running right now anyway, because for a run and gun build or an all red build, there isn't really any much options. Everything else is based around skills. Like I said, I've already talked about Gunner. Then we've got a Chameleon rolled with damage to target out of cover. We've got a Memento that gives us all 3 core attributes with the critical hit damage mod. Fenris Tress, this could be a Groupo with Obliterate that I chose to run. You could probably run Glass Cannon here fairly safely as well, as long as you're just a little bit more careful about your positioning and not necessarily just running into the heat of the battle all the time. Then we've got the Striker's Mask with double crit damage. We've got the gloves with crit damage. We've got the knees with crit damage. And we've got the holster with crit chance. And I'm going to talk to you why I've got crit chance on that holster, because it quite easily could be critical hit damage as well. So you can see here from the Adaptive Instincts, we get 20% crit chance and 50% critical hit damage. So I do like to reduce my general build so that this can compensate for that. But taking it down to 40% feels a little bit too low because there is going to be some situations where we would be at 40%. So as you can see here, I can take it down to 47%. Just that's kind of my go-to. But you could strip it out all the way down to 41% and change that holster to critical hit damage. And you're probably not going to see too much of a problem. And when you're at the top of your game with everything starting up, you are going to do more damage than me as well. So that's something to think about. But what's really, really cool about doing this is obviously we get critical hit chance from the firearms modifiers. So when we max that out, we're going to get an extra 10%. So you're going to get extra there as well. So really you could afford to change that holster. But then this is what's the kicker, right? This here, gain bonus armor for every 300,000 damage you take. At tier 5, all armor kits are refilled. So this is just a huge amount of armor regen that we're getting at all times. And because we've got so much armor, we've got 1.9 mil armor. Yeah, it's just pretty crazy. It's a lot of armor regen all the time. And then the fact that the Chameleon gives us 90% weapon damage plus a whole bunch of crit damage as well. We're making up for the loss in those red tiers, but actually gaining a whole load of survivability at the same time. It just works really nice. Very similar to the Chameleon, the Backfire builds that have been put out recently. We can put less Hasbro into them and therefore take advantage of the huge amount of critical hit damage. This is doing the same thing, but with weapon damage instead. So yeah, we're not tanky to Hasbro stuff, but we do more damage. And yeah, it's just really, really, really good. So that's going to be it for the video. I hope you enjoyed it. Don't forget to like, share, comment, and subscribe. As always, drop your builds down below for me to have a look at, and I'll see you in the next one. Thanks for watching, agents. Bye-bye.